Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday, November 1st, 26th day of CHESHVAN. Today we do this interesting question. Probably some of you are familiar with the halacha. You see it in a lot of different Gemaras, where a person made a vow, a promise, to bring, let's say, a sacrifice in the temple, and he delayed it. So after a certain point, he is guilty of the Avera of Bal Te'Acher, which means not to delay a mitzvah, especially a mitzvah like charity. You vowed that you were going to bring a sacrifice to the temple. You didn't bring it. One of the yontifs have passed. Your opportunity to bring it has passed, and you haven't brought it yet. So at a certain point, you're guilty of Bal Te'Acher, delaying your pledge to do a mitzvah, a vow, or a charity or sacrifice or something like that. And there are Tanaim who disagree as to how long it takes until you are considered delaying that. Is it one yontif, one time when people go up to the Beis HaMikdash, or is it all three yontifs? Is it the yontifs in a certain order? And we won't go into that law too much. It doesn't apply to us because we're not bringing offerings in the temple. Where it does apply to us is when you are bringing some charity. And you said that you would give the shul a donation, and you're like, yeah, I'll bring it later. I'll get around to it whenever I'll get around to it. And it seems that Bal Te'Acher could apply in situations like that too. And specifically to today's halacha, it seems clear from a good number of poskim that if you have a poor person who you've promised to feed, like you've invited him for a meal at your house, and you delay giving him his food, then you would be guilty of the sin of Bal Te'Acher. You promised some charity and you didn't give it. You told the person to come to your Friday night meal. Your Friday night meal is here and you're not serving him his food yet. And he's poor and he's hungry and he's relying on you. It seems clear from a good number of our poskim that you would be guilty of that avera of delaying your mitzvah of charity when you're delaying feeding a needy person who is kind of dependent on you for the meal that you promised to feed him. This goes so far all the way until this interesting point. It'll surprise a lot of you, especially you halachic experts in the audience. The Chafetz Chaim said that if it's the first night of Sukkot and it's raining, and on the first night of Sukkot, you know that we delay our meal if we think that there might be a chance that sometime before midnight the rain is going to clear and I'm going to have a chance to eat in the sukkah. That's what most of us try to do on the first night of Sukkot, because it's very important to eat in the sukkah on the first night of Sukkot. And so if it's raining, we'll delay and delay to try to get that meal in the sukkah at all costs if we can. But here's the kicker. The Chafetz Chaim says that if there are poor people invited to that meal and they're dependent on you for their meal and they're hungry, you should feed them now and not wait until midnight when the rain might stop, because there you would be guilty of Bal Te'Acher, a negative command that said don't delay the charity that you want to give to the poor. Poor are relying on you for this meal. You invited them and they're waiting for you to serve them their food and they're hungry. That takes precedence over the preference of, let me try to delay the meal so I could get it in and maybe it won't be raining later that night. You feed the poor people now, so says the Chafetz Chaim, even on the first night of Sukkot when we all would have liked to delay our meal. Fascinating. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.